Hi, I'm Lisa Benham. I'm the 2024-25 artist-in-residence for Pando. I'm a regional artist, I guess you'd say. I come from Springdale, Utah, down by Zion National Parks. I actually don't quite remember when I first heard about Pando or how, but it's been on my radar for probably not too much longer than, after it was discovered, since the environmental circles that I run in. But when I moved to Utah in 2015 from my home state of California, it was kind of cool to go, oh, wait, that tree, that's like not far from here. It's about 3 hours from where I live now. So it was definitely, we put a pin in the map and made sure we came up and visited as soon as it made sense. So when I was doing my master's in environmental studies, it was an MS, so a lot of people were kind of doing deep, hard sciences, and I just kept getting pulled into kind of the more social science side of things and the impact of nature on humans. And so I got into environmental education, ended up kind of turning that into a guiding career in Zion. So this idea of how to engage people with nature by various means is almost so close to me. I feel like I'm a fish trying to describe water. But art, I think, gets to the heartstrings in ways that just teaching people science doesn't always. And to be able to combine the two, because I think they both present plenty of opportunity for awe, feels quite powerful. So the first time I came up and met up with Lance, it was really cool because it was right on the edge of spring, or I guess you'd say early spring, where that was the first time I could appreciate when he pointed it out, that you could see the edge of Pando because of the different growth rates of the neighboring trees versus the Pando tree. So that was very cool. Of course, winter in aspens is always cool, no matter where you are. Enough said there. It was great to be able to render the, quintessential shadows and starkness, and then summer just full bloom and wildflowers, which is, each, like I said, each one has its delights. Definitely had art in mind when I came out here the first time, but obviously coming back as an artist in residence, there's a different level of acuity and kind of responsibility and intrigue about where's this going to go over the course of a year. And it was important to me to be able to come back in every single season, because I think the personality of the tree is so distinct with each season, which is why the main piece I focused on for this residency covers all seasons. So the way I saw these four pieces working, and they're really one piece. It's like a diptych is two, and this is a quadtrich, or however one pronounces that. It's definitely one piece. I kind of felt it was important to work on at least two different axes, and one is sort of over time and throughout the course of a year. So obviously 4 seasons. The other axis is number one, literally stitching all the trees together or the stumps together as they are. And I did that through a subterranean root system that I rendered in wire, which I felt just had a certain vivaciousness to it, and it just kind of attractive and cool, and was able to wrap that around the frames and bring it all the way through from beginning to end. And that felt, as opposed to 1 year, it felt much more timeless, given that it's we're dealing with about 9,000 years here. So when I work, I try and no matter where I'm working or what kind of work, I try and reuse materials as much as possible. And so in these thread paintings, all of the fabric is basically leftover scraps from previous quilt making projects. So that feels really good. And then the frames as well are kind of castaways, and so I was really pleased to be able to incorporate those as well. So of course, in an ecosystem, it's all about cycles and regeneration and reuse. Nothing goes to waste. There's no trash. So in that way, it feels very analog and appropriate as well to be rendering this amazing forest that's been doing that for so long, and then at least giving it a good nod in the use of materials. How has my relationship with Pando changed? I mean, we're best buds now. I mean, every time I see it mentioned on a map or drive anywhere near it or whatever, I feel a kinship that I certainly didn't. I might have wanted before and imagined before, but obviously, sense of place and time spent is a very real thing, especially in an area as profound as Pando.